start. So on the first lesson, we finished question 23, 28, and 31, isn't it? Together with 35. So any questions?
No.
All right. So Eddie and Rechai, any question from yesterday? You're not here this morning.
No.
No. 23. So remember. Question 3. No, question 20. Question 38. Turn to page. Question 38. Okay. So question 38. So what you think? What's the topic about this question?
Straight line equation.
Straight line equation. Where is the straight line here? Do we have a straight line here?
Y equals to x minus h plus k.
Nope. This is talking about the transformation. Do you still remember transformations and it? What's the meaning of a transformation of a graph?
It's like relative to like one side or up or down. Or...
Exactly. So when you plus or minus, when you listen. When you plus or minus, which means that the whole graph moving to the right, moving to the left, moving to the up, or moving down. Okay? If you plus or minus. If you times means what? You do a stretching. Okay? But this question we don't have the times. So we only look about the plus or minus. So we have two cases. The first case is outside the bracket. The second case is inside the bracket. Okay? If we have inside bracket means what? If we have fx plus k means
The coordinates.
if that is inside the bracket, that means moving up, down, or left, right. Left, right. You can see inside the bracket is affecting the x, isn't it? So it's going to be moving left or right. If that is outside the bracket, then it's going to be moving up or down. Okay? So then, for the inside bracket, it's left or the right. But this, for plus k, is moving left or moving right. It's moving to the left.
Plus is left.
Plus k is moving to the left. Minus k means going to the right. Then how about outside the bracket? Yeah, if inside the bracket, we opposite the logic. If outside the bracket, we keep the logic.
Oh, up is plus then. Up is plus.
Yes, up is plus,
Down is minus.
down is minus. Understand what I mean? Get me real. Okay? So in this case, let's look at here. This is minus 2 inside the bracket. So going to the left or going to the right? Right. So this is going to the right for 2 units, and then for plus 1 is going to the up. Going up. So now we can see the curve one by one. Okay? So find your fx first. Where is your fx for question A? Option A is here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Going to the right and then going up. Is this correct?
No. Yes. Yeah.
This is fx. We're starting from fx.
The new graph is
The new graph should be turned to the right and then go to the up, but this one is not. So A is wrong. This is actually moving to the left and then moving down, isn't it?
Plus and minus.
Then how about for the graph B?
No.
It's going to the left but going down, isn't it? So B is wrong as well.
Wait, that's left?
Going to the right. You find the fx first, the original. You're going to the right, but this is going to the down. Okay? Then how about for C? This is the original fx going right and then going up. So C must be correct. Okay? Yes. Understand?
Nope.
Is this hard? Not really. Okay? Alright, next questions. Question 39. Question 39. I didn't think I need to teach this topic, but I realized this is actually a very easy question. Okay? So, St. David's not here, but we can teach it first. then all of you understand this question. Okay? So this is a graph. We observe the answer here. What you can observe? What you observed? What is the same? What is different?
Cosine.
The cosine. All of them have cosine. Anything else is the same? 3. So the graph is actually in the format of y equal to a number plus 3 is keep constant. So keep the 3. 3 cosine times x times another number. Isn't it? Okay, so let's replace this number by a. Okay, I replace this one by a. And I replace the star by b. Okay? So this is our graph. You don't need to know what the cosine curve looks like. I just teach you one method. Substituting. Okay? So, from this graph, what you know? We know this point. We have this point, isn't it? What is the coordinates of this? What's the coordinates of this point? Eddie, what's the coordinates of this point?
0, 7.
Great, 0, 7. So Amak, what's the coordinates of this point? This one, the lowest. What's the coordinates of the lowest point? What's the answer here? 91. Okay, so we have 91. When we have the point, when we have the equation, we just put it back in. Okay, it's very easy question to do. Okay, so now for the first one, we can substitute. We substitute 0, 7 into the equation. Then what we have? Y is equal to 7. I replace the y by 7. And what is a? What is a?
0.
A, B is the unknown we're trying to find out. So we keep the a. And like plus 3 cosine. What is the x? 0. 0 times b giving you 0. Then we just solve the equation. Cosine 0 giving you, Gabby, cosine 0 giving you, use your calculator. Don't trust your brain. Okay? 1. Okay? So now I have 7 equal to a plus 3 times 1. Then we have a is equal to 4. So you can see from here, a and b must be wrong. If you guess, just guess C or D. You can still have the chance, the probability of you get this correct from 25% becomes doubled to 50%. Okay, now we have the second equation. We can substitute. Which point? 91. 90 and 1 into the equation. Then what can we write? What is the y here? 1. 1 is equal to, what is a this time?
4.
We know the a is 4 already, so we replace a by 4. And then plus 3 cosine, what is x? 90 times b, isn't it? Okay? So now we're trying to solve this equation. Make the b be the subject. I don't want this 4. Moving to the left becomes minus. So we have 1 minus 4 giving you negative 3 equal to 3 cosine 90b. And then negative 3 divided by 3 giving you negative 1 equal to cosine 90b. I don't want the cosine, so you need to adding a shift cosine. So shift cosine giving you shift cosine of negative 1 giving you 180. So 180 equal to 90b. So that b is equal to 2. So the answer is equal to D. Easy? What you have done here, find out 2 points and then substitute into your equation. The only hard part, you need to write this equation by yourself. Ria, you understand? If you use the definition of a cosine graph, it's hard. But this time, you just find 2 points, substitute into the equation you make, and then solve for a and b. Then you get this question only 53% correct. But still, you are the one to get it correct. Understand? Okay? 听懂? Okay? Sorry. think I should use this iPad long time before. I used around 20 markers already. But alright, so Sandeep is back. So Sandeep, we just finished this 53% questions and then you missed it. Because you're helping the others to get a lot of water, Sandeep. 6C. 6C, Sandeep, help the others to take a lot of water.
No.
Alright, so go back to your seat. So try to write it down, Sandeep. I'll give you 1 more minute, okay? So Sandeep, what I just done is I find 2 points, the coordinates of these 2 points, and I substitute into our equation. Solve the equation to get A and B. Okay? Alright, for the others, turn to the last page. You see, we're already at the last page. Okay? 2 days. We finish a whole year paper. Okay? Only 29 questions. It is very enough. Even for level 4. 29 questions is enough. Okay? Focus on these 29 questions. Make sure you understand them. Don't give it up. Gabby, try to think more when you go back home. Okay? Some of the questions you can do it, then just do it. Okay? And Zhuangwu, listen to me. Okay? You're still using some very weird method, huh? The method I didn't taught you. Not okay.
So, where did 2x come from?
What 2x?
Graph of y equals 4 plus 3. Cosine 2x. That's the answer.
Cosine 2x?
Yes.
Because here.
Oh.
Because from here I solve the equation here. 1 minus 4 give you negative 3. And then negative 3 divided by 3 give you negative 1. You don't want a cosine, so you could get a shift cosine. Shift cosine of negative 1 give you 180. 180 divided by 90 giving you 2. Okay? So turn to the last page. Think about the probability questions. Sorry, it's the combination questions.
43?
43, yes, question 43. The combination questions is hard for the others, but most of you can do it as well. Okay, so try to think about these questions. Easy? So highlight. What's the question asked about? The question is asked about the team consists at least 1 girl. What's the meaning of at least 1 girl? So 1 girl, we can have how many cases that we have? We can have 1. If you have 1 girl, then how many boys that we need to have? 1 girl, 4 boys, or we have 2 girls, 3 boys, or we can have 3 girls, 2 boys, 4 girls, 1 boy, or what? Any more case?
No.
How about 5 girls?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But we need to calculate 5 cases. When you see the keywords at least, try to think the opposite of it. Try to think the opposite.
0 girls.
At least 1 girls means that there's no girls. Okay? So at least is equal to probability, we want greater or equal to 1 girl. The opposite of it, is going to be equal to 0 girl. Less or equal to 0 girls. So the only case we need to consider is 0 girl, 5 boys. Then how many combinations are there for 0 girls, 5 boys?
20C5.
20C5?
12C.
12C5. Only have 12 boys.
I think 12C8.
So 12C5 times 8C0. Okay? But this is the opposite case. So that we need to consider about the total case as well, isn't it? What is the total case? 20C5.
Yeah.
Then we're using the minus. Okay? So the answer should be 20C5 minus 12C5 times AC0. Why we use the times here?
Because there's
Different decision, not cases, different decisions. We consider how many are there for the girls, how many are there for the boys. Okay? Then why we need to use the minus?
Because there's a whole.
Because we are calculating the opposite of it. So we need to using the whole, the total cases minus the opposite case. Okay? So what's the final answer?
B.
B. Is this equal to B?
Yeah.
So the answer is B. Very easy question, isn't it? If they ask about the probability, then you need to divide it by the total number, which is 12C5.
I'm here.
Okay? So be careful when you're doing the questions, like in paper 1. Ria, Gabby. When you're doing paper 1, be careful. They're asking about the combinations or probabilities.
Yeah.
If you're asking about probability, you must divide it by the total number. Okay? Be careful. Don't make the silly mistake. Remember, get a highlighter to highlight what the question is asking about. And then when you check the paper, you can check what you have done, isn't it? Okay? If you up they really need to take out a highlighter to do what I said. Okay? Understand?
Yes.
So I give you 1 more minute to finish this question. Then we can do the last questions. Okay, 做完未啊嘛? Okay, so let's think about the last questions. Question 44. So I give you 1 minute to think about the questions. So John Woo repeats drawing 1 ball at a time randomly from the box without replacement. What is the key word?
Without replacement.
Without replacement.
It's permutation. Permutation.
You don't need to think in permutation. This is actually a little bit hard to think. Okay, so you read the question first, and then I can tell you how to do it. Without replacement means
You don't put it back.
you didn't put it back. With replacement means you put it back. Okay? So this game is only stopped when he take the ball, which is number 9. Okay, so now you need to find out the probability of exact 3 draws. What's the meaning of exact?
We don't need 3 draws. To
Only 3 draws. Can it be smaller than 3?
No.
No, so just 3.
Just
Okay, which means we have 3 draws. Okay, just listen. Put down your pen. Okay, Gabby, listen first. This is the first draw. This is the second draw. This is the third draw. If you don't know how to do this question, try to draw a diagram to see what's going on. Okay. So for the first draw, can he draw the number 9?
Yeah.
No.
If you think Zenith, look at me. If he draw the number 9, then the game is finished. Okay. So can he draw number 9?
No, so we only 3 choices.
So only 3 choices here. Okay? 3 choices out of how many balls? 6. Okay, so let's say 7 or 8 is gone. Then how many balls are there? I mean, how many balls in total are there? 5.
Oh, 5.
Out of 6 balls, 1 of them is gone because without replacement. Okay? If this is with replacement, then this number should be 6. Good. So for the second choice, how many balls that he can choose? Only 2. 5. He can choose for 5 balls. Out of 5 balls, there's only 2 balls he wants, which is 7 or 8. But 1 of them is gone. He can't choose for 9. If he choose for the second ball is 9, then the game is finished. So there's only 2 choices. After the ball from the second choices is gone, then how many balls are there left? Only 4 balls. Then this time on the third game, he wants to stop the game. So he must to take the 9. So how many balls take he? 3. So it times them together, giving you the answer which is equal to 3/20. Okay? It's a little bit hard, but you just need to think the case by case. Okay? The main thing is you're making different decision, isn't it? Different decision is times or plus. Times without replacement, so the denominator's number becomes smaller, smaller, and smaller. What I said, Gabby? What I just said?
You just said that when you like without replacement, then you don't have to replace.
When we have without replacement, which means that the total number of balls is decreasing because you didn't put it back.
Yeah, so you don't have to replace it. But when you replace it, you have to put it back.
Exactly. Wow. Okay, Sanith. Think the case carefully. Okay, the most word I write in all of your paper is starting from a C. Careful or careless. Okay, count how many I wrote. Huh? Be careful about what you wrote. When you're doing this paper, I want all of you seriously. Okay, treat it as your real exam. Okay? The practice, you finish one, then becomes less. It's without replacement, isn't it? The exam paper is without replacement. When you finish one, it's finished. Because you know the questions already. Okay? So, sunset. Okay? So now we still have 8 more minutes. Any more questions want to ask? Chami, Savannah, Japanese. Any question from yesterday's? Do you want to ask? No? Savannah, no questions? No question means you know how to do all of them.
I got one question.
You got questions. Okay, good. So what is your question?
Question 13, the second one.
Question 13.
The second one.
Oh, yes. Turn to page... The question 13, this is a tricky question. Okay, question 13. Move to question 13, okay? No one want to ask this question?
13.
Yes, question 13. Gabby, turn to page question 13. Level 2 questions. Okay, before we do question 2, let's talk about question 1. What's the answer of question 1?
B or D?
B or D? B or D?
B or D, yeah.
B or D?
B.
B and or D.
If the answer
Both of them is correct. Because this is 4 decimal places, isn't it? 4 decimal places is actually correct. And then we look at the 5th one, it's 2. So this is actually correct.
You can do that in DSE.
There's no such as choice in DSE. I make it in purpose. Make it in purpose. To confuse myself. Nah, I think I maybe make some mistake. But no, I just confuse yourself. Yes, exactly. Yes. So you can see from here, this is 6 decimal places, isn't it?
Yeah.
How many decimal places are there? 6. So it's definitely correct. Okay?
Yeah.
Then how about for question 2? If you can choose 2 answers be correct, then you can have none of the answer is correct. Because is this 3 significant figures?
No.
No. Is this 4 decimal places?
No.
No. Is this 5 significant figures? No. Is this 6 decimal places?
No.
No. So none of the answer is correct. So for some of you, Recha, if you choose one of the answer means you don't understand this.
I didn't choose
So I
that.
didn't circle this. That means.
I didn't choose that.
You didn't do doesn't mean you.
All of them.
Okay, good. Okay. So Janet, you need to think in depth. Okay. Sometimes they may have mistakes. Okay, understand? Any more questions want to ask?
Nope.
Alright, question 24. Question 24, next page. All of you, question 24, next page. Modify 2 questions. Okay, John Woo. Did you read these questions? Or you just circle? Did you read the questions? Okay, read the question carefully. Not all the questions have the same approach. Okay? So we have point -10, 20, and then we have another point, 30, -40. Okay? So we have a point P. It's a moving point. The distance between this point A and point B is going to be the same. So where is this point P?
Move it.
Where is it?
Middle.
You need to have the distance between the A and B is the same. So the P must be here. In the middle, can it be here?
No.
It can.
Oh yeah.
Can it be here?
Yeah.
So it's actually it's perpendicular, isn't it?
Oh.
But this is perpendicular. So the answer is D.
D. Oh.
It says D. What D said?
Lines.
D said a pair of perpendicular line. How many perpendicular line I have? One.
Straight line.
So the pair of perpendicular line must be wrong.
Yeah.
But what A, B, C, which one can satisfy this answer?
B.
So the answer must be strict line.
Okay,
Okay, another tricky question.
I got you, man. I never fall for your tricks.
You
Oh.
started with the wrong one.
No, I didn't. I got it correct. I did it by myself at home. Sure, man.
Okay,
I'm a
okay.
mathematician.
So when doing the DSE, think some more. Okay? Although this is actually a perpendicular line, perpendicular bisector. But this is just a straight line. It's not a pair of. Okay?